Kabanata 5, Hamon sa Black Market. Habang dahan-dahang bumukas ang luxurious ornament box, isang nakasisilaw na hanay ng maraming kulay na liwanag ang bumungad mula sa loob. Sa kabutihang palad, si Shifeng ay kasalukuyang nakatayo sa loob ng isang madilim na eskinita, walang mga manlalaro na gumagala dito. Kung hindi, ang gayong panoorin ay nag-udyok ng kasakiman sa kanilang mga puso at si Shifeng ay papatayin at ninakawan. Nang mawala ang kumikinang na kinang, isang simpleng pilak na kwintas, at isang lilang gintong singsing ang makikita sa loob ng luxurious ornament box. Nakaukit sa labas ng singsing ang mga salita na kahawig ng sinaunang wika ng mga duwende, at sa loob nito ay nakaimbak ang isang napakalaking mahiwagang kapangyarihan. Sa kabutihang palad, ito pa rin ang Ring of Gravity. Nagpakawala ng hininga si Shifeng nang makita ang hitsura ng singsing. Maingat niyang kinuha ang singsing sa kahon at siniyasat ito. Ring of Gravity, Mysterious Iron Rank. Antas ng kagamitan, 0. Lakas panandang pandagdag 2, Agility panandang pandagdag 1, Endurance panandang pandagdag 1. Karagdagang kasanayan, Gravity Liberation. Lubos na binabawasan ang gravity na kumikilos sa gumagamit. Tagal ng 30 segundo. Cooldown ng 5 minuto. Malaki. Hindi lang bronze rank. Matapos basahin ang panimula ng item, si Shifeng ay naging labis na nasasabik. Ang sitwasyon ay mas mabuti kaysa sa inaasahan niya. Ang kagamitan sa domain ng Diyos ay ikinategorya sa basura, karaniwan, tanso, mahiwagang bakal, lihim silver, pinong gold, dark gold, at epic. Sa simula ng laro, ang mga manlalaro ay nakatanggap lamang ng trash equipment mula sa system. Ang kagamitang ito ay lubos na walang halaga. Sa yugtong ito ng laro, gayunpaman, walang mga manlalaro na nagtataglay ng karaniwang kagamitan. Bagamat maaari kang bumili ng karaniwang kagamitan sa malalaking lungsod, ang mga presyo ay magastos. Tulad ng para sa bronze na ranggo, ang mga yon ay napakabihirang at mayroon din silang mga karagdagang katangian. Ang mysterious iron equipment, gayunpaman, ay nahulog lamang mula sa mga boss at hindi na kailangang sabihin, sila ay mas mahalaga. Sa nakaraang buhay ni Shifeng, ang Ring of Gravity na nakuha ng player ay bronze ranggo lamang. Nagbigay lamang ito ng karagdagang 1 punto sa lakas. Ang kasanayang Gravity Liberation din ay tumagal lamang ng 15 segundo. Isang sorpresa kay Shifeng na ang pagkumpleto ng quest sa level 0 ay magbibigay sa kanya ng Mysterious Iron Ring of Gravity. Yung necklace naman, gray item lang yun. Hinahangad ng mga mangangalakal ng NPC ang mga bagay na ito at handa silang bilhin ito sa mataas na presyo. Pagkatapos magsuot ng Ring of Gravity, idinagdag ni Shifeng ang 4 na libreng ability points na nagmula sa pag-level up ng lahat sa agility. Tumaas ang liksi ni Shifeng sa 12 puntos, ang bilis ng pag-atake niya sa 5 puntos, at ang bilis ng paggalaw niya sa 6 na puntos. Halos kalabanin niya ang isang purong agility assassin ng parehong level ngayon. Aabot sa 20 puntos ang agility ko pagkatapos tumaas sa level 3. Sa oras na yon, maaari kong i-unlock ang hidden basic skill ng agility system. Tumingin si Shifeng sa kanyang attribute panel bilang inaasahan. Ginalaw ni Shifeng ang kanyang katawan, pakiramdam na ito ay naging mas masigla kaysa dati. Wala siya sa dati niyang sorry kung makakaharap niya si Town Mayor Cross ngayon. Kung ang kanyang agility ay umabot sa 20 puntos, ang kondisyon ng kanyang katawan ay magiging mas malaki pagkatapos i-activate ang basic skill fast and nimble, maaari pa nga niyang kalabanin ang mga ekspertong wulin na itinatanghal sa mga nobela ng wuxia. Pagkatapos, nagdagdag si Shifeng ng 15 ng free mastery points, patungo sa kanyang one-handed sword mastery, pinapanatili ang natitirang 5 puntos para magamit sa hinaharap. Sa kanyang one-handed sword mastery na ngayon ay nasa kabuuang 20 puntos, Umabante si Shifeng mula sa apprentice tungo sa basic swordsman at ang karagdagang pinsalang natamo sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ng isang kamay na espada ay tumaas sa 1-0%. Siya ay 30 mastery points pa mula sa pag-advance sa isang intermediate swordsman. Ang mga regular na pag-atake ay mga pangunahing kaalaman lamang para sa isang swordsman. Kung gusto ng isang tao na maging eksperto gamit ang espada, ang skills ay kailangang-kailangan. Ang mas marami, mas mabuti, dahil ito ay lilikha ng higit na kakayahang umangkop kapag nasa labanan, at sa gayon ay nagpapahintulot sa swordsman na magbigay ng mas malaking pinsala. Si Shifeng ay parehong eksperto sa espada at isang taong muling nagkatawang tao. Ngayong mayroon na siyang espesyal na tool tulad ng Ring of Gravity, kailangan niya ng malaking halaga ng swordsman skills para ipakita ang tunay na potensyal ng isang swordsman. Pagkatapos ay maaari siyang mag-level up sa isang mabilis na tulin. Kung hindi, imposibleng mapataas ang kahusayan ng pagpatay ng mga halimaw sa pamamagitan ng pag-asa sa mga normal na pag-atake. Naalala ko na nagkaroon ng Black Market Challenge sa trade area ng Red Leaf Town. Ang mga manlalaro na nakalusot sa hamon sa unang pagkakataon ay makakakuha ng skill book para sa swordsman. Karamihan sa mga skill book ay bumaba mula sa mga monster sa paligid ng level 3 hanggang 5 at ang kanilang mga drop rate ay kaawa-awang mababa. Sa yugtong ito ng laro, wala pa ring mga manlalaro na may kakayahang gumiling ng mga halimaw na yon. Malaking pag-aksaya ng oras kung gusto ni Shifeng na makuha ang iba pang mga skill book para sa swordsman. Wala rin siyang oras para dito. Kaya, ang Black Market Challenge ang tanging paraan para mabilis na makakuha ng skill book si Shifeng sa bayan ng Red Leaf. Trade area ng Red Leaf Town. Napuno ng mga tindahan ang magkabilang gilid ng kalye. May mga parmasya, smithies, bar at marami pa. Ito ay lubhang umunlad, tulad ng isang maliit na palengke. Gayunpaman, ang kasalukuyang lugar ng kalakalan ay hindi gaanong masigla gaya ng nararapat. Hindi pa nagtagal simula nang magsimula ang operasyon ng God's Domain, kaya ang karamihan sa mga manlalaro ay abala sa pag-level up sa halip na tangkilikin ang iniaalok ng God's Domain. Bilang isang resulta, mayroon lamang minorya ng mga manlalaro ng lifestyle ang nananatili rito. Nandito sila para matuto ng mga auxiliary jobs tulad ng enchanter, forger, pharmacist, chef, engineer, alchemist, at bee. Pagbili ng mga halamang gamot sa mataas na presyo, makipag-ugnayan sa akin ng direkta kung mayroon ka. Pagbili ng ores, maaaring lumayo ang mga rip-off. Taos-puso na bumili ng mataas na ranggo na kagamitan. Negosyable ang presyo. Handang magbayad gamit ang credits. Maraming mga kawani ng logistic ng workshops and guilds ang nagtayo ng maliit na stall sa tabi ng kalsada ng trade area. Nandito sila pangunahin upang bumili ng mga bagay at kagamitan. Mabilis na tinungo ni Shifeng ang 2 palapag na gusali nang hindi humihinto. Binantayan ng mga matataas na gnomes ang gusali, at sa itaas ng gusali ay may nakasulat na Black Market. Ang lugar na ito ay ang madilim na bahagi ng Red Leaf Town, at ito ay isang lugar ng libangan na itinayo ng mga sakim na gnomes. Ang Gnomes Auction House ay makikita pagkapasok pa lamang sa Black Market. Ang pagbaba sa hagdanan ng basement ay humantong sa 2 bakanteng field. Ang isa ay ang Battle Arena, habang ang isa ay ang field para sa Challenge Race. Sa sandaling ito, ilang mga manlalaro ang nakatayo sa harap ng field. Tinanggap nila ang hamon ng gnomes. Good luck! Kailangan mong magtagumpay sa pagkakataong ito. Good luck! Itigil mo ang mga gnome na yun. Ang ilang mga manlalaro ay kasalukuyang nagpalakpakan ng buong lakas para sa isang assassin player na nakatayo sa field. Ang kanilang mga namumulang mata ay nagmukhang walang pinagkaiba sa mga baliw na sugarol. Ang challenge race ay maaaring ituring na isang testing ground para sa mga kakayahan ng isang manlalaro. Kapag ang isang manlalaro ay pumasok sa trial grounds, ang lahat ng kanilang mga atribute ay aayusin sa 1-0 puntos, ang kanilang mga kasanayan ay hindi pinagana, at ang kanilang mga kagamitan ay magiging walang silbi. Sa loob ng 30 yarda haba at 10 yarda wide field, ang mga manlalaro ay pinapayagan lamang na harangan o iwasan ang mga papasok na shot mula sa mga musket ng gnome. Ang isang tagumpay ay magpapatuloy kapag ang mga manlalaro ay dumating sa punto ng pagtatapos. Ang gnomes ay nagbigay ng 3 hanay ng mga hamon, copper prize, silver prize, at gold prize. Pagkatapos makumpleto ang isang hamon, magkakaroon ng 3 araw na cooldown. May bayad na 5 coppers para sa copper prize, 5 silvers para sa silver prize, at 5 gold para sa gold prize. Naturally, mas mataas ang ranggo ng hamon, mas malaki ang premyo. Nagkaroon pa ng pagkakataong makakuha ng dark gold equipment. Gayunpaman, kung nakuha ng isang manlalaro ang first clear para sa hamon sa Red Leaf Town, ang gantimpala ng copper prize ay maaaring maihambing kahit na sa silver prize. Sa nakaraang buhay ni Shifeng, ang first clear na ito ay nakuha ng isang swordsman na nagngangalang Fierce Gale at ang tao ay nakatanggap ng isang bihirang skill book para sa swordsman. Pagkaraan ng ilang sandali, ang assassin sa field ay tinamaan. Nakahiga ang kanyang katawan sa markang 20 yarda, 10 yarda pa ang layo mula sa huling punto. Kasuklam-suklam. Kaunti na lang. May pera pa ba kayo? Tiyak na lilinisin ko ito sa susunod. Ang sabi ng lalaking assassin matapos muling mabuhay mula sa field. Umiling ang isang lalaking cleric na nagsasabing, Boss Stabbing Heart, na ibigay na namin sa iyo ang lahat ng pera namin. Wala na tayo. Sa gilid, inilipat ni Shifeng ang kanyang paningin patungo sa assassin. Laking gulat niya matapos marinig ang dalawang salitang, Stabbing Heart. Ang katawan ng tao ay natatakpan ng itim na damit. Maikli at payat ang pangangatawan niya, parang unggoy lang. Halos hindi makapaniwala si Shifeng na ang unggoy na nasa harapan niya ay si Stabbing Heart, ang assassin na niraranggo sa numero 10 sa assassin leaderboard ng Star Moon Kingdom. Inilipat ng assassin na nagngangalang Stabbing Heart ang kanyang tingin kay Shifeng. Matapos sukatin si Shifeng, ang kanyang mga mata ay nagsiwalat ng isang titig na parang nakakita lang sila ng biktima. Nakangiting lumapit siya kay Shifeng at sinabing, Nice to meet you, friend. Sinasaksak ko si Heart, Assassin Squad Leader ng Assassin's Alliance. Pahiram ng 5 coppers sa akin, at ibabalik ko sa iyo bukas ang 20 coppers. Paano naman? 10 yarda lang ang layo ni Stabbing Heart mula sa huling punto sa pagkakataong ito, kaya ayaw niyang tanggapin ang pagkatalo. Naisip na niya ang ilan sa mga pattern ng hamon, magagawa niyang i-clear ito kung bibigyan ng isa pang pagkakataon. Kaya naman, naisipan niyang gamitin ang pangalan ng kanyang guild para mabigla at humanga si Shifeng sa pagpapahiram sa kanya ng 5 coppers. Ang Assassin's Alliance ay isang malaking guild na kilala sa mundo ng virtual gaming. Malalaman ng sinumang veteranong manlalaro ang pangalang ito. Ang isang taong may kakayahang maging pinuno ng squad para sa Assassins, ay talagang isang mahusay na eksperto, isang figura na iginagalang ng maraming manlalaro. Sa halip na magpahiram, tiyak na ibibigay lang ng karaniwang manlalaro ang 5 coppers para makakuha ng ilang pabor. 5 coppers ba? Pagkatapos ng ilang pag-iisip, sumagot si Shifeng, maaari kong ipahiram sa iyo ang 5 coppers. Ngunit kailangan mong magbayad ng 50 coppers bukas. Nagulat si Stabbing Heart. Siya si Stabbing Heart, ang sikat na assassin squad leader ng Assassin's Alliance. Gayunpaman, ang hindi magalang na reaksyon ni Shifeng ay ganap na naiiba kaysa sa inaakala niya. Maaari bang maging rookie gamer si Shifeng? Nang makitang tahimik si Stabbing Heart, nagtanong si Shifeng, nangungutang pa rin. Hiramin ko. Gustong umiyak ni Stabbing Heart. Ang ibang mga manlalaro ay magiging expert nang makilala nila siya, ngunit hindi nagpakita ng ganoong reaksyon si Shifeng. Gayunpaman, nang isipin niya ang masaganang gantimpala na naghihintay sa kanya, maging ang 50 coppers ay sulit. Narito ang 5 coppers. Idagdag natin ang isa't isa bilang magkaibigan. Huwag kalimutang ibalik sa akin ang 50 coppers bukas. Kinuha ni Shifeng ang 5 coppers sa 60 na nakuha niya sa pagbebenta ng necklace. Hindi nakakalimutang paalalahanan si Stabbing Heart na ibalik ang 50 coppers. Sa pag-agos ng luha sa kanyang mukha, natanggap ni Stabbing Heart ang 5 coppers at sinabing, "Fine. Hindi ko makakalimutan." Hindi alam kung ano ang iniisip ni Stabbing Heart, umalis si Shifeng pagkatapos makumpleto ang pangangalakal. Tinungo niya ang birding balat na signom na siyang administrator ng challenge race. "Sir, time is money. Anong negosyo meron ka?" Sinabi ito ng gnome administrator sa isang matayog na tono. "Gusto kong sumali sa copper prize challenge." Sabi ni Shifeng habang inaabot ang 5 coppers. Matapos baligtarin ng ilang beses ang copper coins, tumango ang gnome bilang pagsang-ayon. Binuksan niya ang kahoy na pinto sa challenge race, pinayagan si Shifeng na makapasok. "Ladies and gentlemen, may bago tayong challenger sa field. Mangyaring ipaalam sa amin na tanggapin ang matapang na swordsman na ito." Malakas na inihayag ng gnome. "Boss Stabbing Heart, ang bata na nagpahiram sa iyo ng pera ay sumasali sa challenge race," itinuro ng lalaking cleric. The resting Stabbing Heart laughingly said, "Rookie pa lang ang batang yon. Sa tingin ba niya ay napakadali ng challenge race? Kahit na ang distansya ay 30 yarda lamang, ang pattern ng pag-atake ng gnomes ay magbabago pagkatapos mong malagpasan ang 15 yarda at ang kanilang mga rate ng pag-atake ay tumaas ng husto. Not to mention, kahit ako nahihirapan akong harapin sila. Iyan ay sigurado. Kahit na ang isang eksperto tulad ng Boss Stabbing Heart ay maaari lamang umabot ng 20 yarda. I'm guessing that kid will, at most, reach 5 yards bago makapasok." Nakangiting tumango ang lalaking cleric. Sa loob ng field, ang 3 gnomes na nakatayo sa finishing line ay naghanda ng kanilang mga musket, itinutok sila patungo kay Shifeng. Sa itaas ng field ng hamon, nagsimulang magbilang ang timer. 3, 2, 1. Pagsisimula ng hamon. Chapter 6, Stunning Skills. The instant the countdown ended, Shifeng's body leaned forward and his legs bent. Just like a leopard, he dashed away from the starting line with explosive force. "See you!" By the time the muskets had started ringing and shooting towards the starting line, Shifeng was already 3 yards away. Subsequently, another volley of musket shots rang out, a total of 6 bullets shot towards Shifeng's path. Several green lines indicating the trajectory of the bullets covered Shifeng's body. Shifeng would become a sieve if his reactions were not keen. Just as the bullets were about to hit, Shifeng dodged to the right with a sidestep. He rushed forward once more, after avoiding the second volley of shots. Bullet casings fell to the ground consistently as the 3 gnomes continued to aim and shoot. However, Shifeng avoided them with the vigor of a leopard every single time. The way he stayed a step ahead of the bullets made it seem as if he had control over them. It can't be. He's already at the ESA 0-yard mark. Seeing Shifeng taking less than 5 seconds to reach the ESA 0-yard mark, the male cleric couldn't help but be shocked. It was only a half of Stabbing Heart's time. Stabbing Heart became speechless by the side. He silently watched Shifeng's advance. He had originally thought of Shifeng as a fresh noob, someone that he didn't know of and someone that came to the challenge race for fun. Yet, the speed and accuracy Shifeng just displayed were like a veteran who had tempered himself for countless years on the challenge race. Every move of his was straightforward and efficient, something a rookie definitely couldn't pull off. Even Stabbing Heart himself, after going through the challenge several times, felt he couldn't do any better. Stabbing Heart had the pride of an expert. He did not think that Shifeng could be stronger than he was. He explained, with such nimbleness, maybe this rookie is an athlete or someone who trained in martial arts. However, the gnomes will change their attack patterns after he goes past 15 yards. He won't be able to hold it, by that time. You're right, boss. If it's someone that isn't known to our Assassin's Alliance, he definitely isn't an expert. He'll surely be shocked once he reaches 15 yards. Then, he'll turn into a beehive. Right. After 15 yards, the number of bullets fired will be 12. The target would also no longer be focused on the player himself. Instead, it'll cover a wide area. Dodging to either side won't be an option. The other members of Assassin's Alliance voiced their agreements. They, too, had already witnessed such a scene before, 7 to 8 times, at that. Stabbing Hart past 15 yards on his first challenge. In the subsequent challenges, however, his furthest distance was 20 yards. The difficulty after 15 yards was clear to behold. He went past 15 yards, an Assassin's Alliance member commented. Stabbing Hart and the others quickly focused their sights on Shifeng, wanting to see Shifeng's performance. On the field, the three gnomes became enraged once Shifeng stepped past the 15-yard line. They no longer aimed as they fired their muskets with wild abandon. Suddenly, the bullet trajectory indicators within Shifeng's sight covered a large area. There were only 3 bullets that would hit Shifeng. However, it was game over if even a single bullet hit its mark. Finally, showing your shameless behavior, Shifeng revealed an indifferent smile. Unsheathing his novice sword, Shifeng used it to greet the bullets. In his previous life, Shifeng was always busy with work and leveling up as the captain of Shadow. He had no time to play the challenge race. However, he had seen it quite a few times, so he still had a clear understanding of the challenge race. He knew the gnomes would change their attack patterns after the 15-yard line. The 15-yard distance of the Black Market's challenge race was a bar that tested a player's operating skills. Only those who passed it could be considered to have entry-level operating skills. However, a majority of the players required 2 or 3 months before being able to reach this level. A minority took a month. There were only a scant few experts capable of passing it in one tier Y. Stabbing Hart was one of those few experts. 3 bullets were about to hit Shifeng's head, chest, and arm, 3 locations. As expected, this kid's no good. The bullets are too numerous and too spread out. He's already forgotten to dodge them. He's even dashing ahead like an idiot. Stabbing Hart knew it was foolishness when he saw Shifeng rushing towards the bullets. Did he think the challenge would continue if he were just shot by 1 or 2 bullets? Right this moment, Shifeng's head shifted. He waved his novice sword, creating a white streak of light. Ping! A spark was created. Shifeng had waved the novice sword just at the right spot, effortlessly hitting the bullet that aimed at his chest. The threat of the 3 bullets was simply resolved by Shifeng. He had, once more, advanced another section of the distance. Yet, the 3 gnomes did not stop firing. The muskets in their hands were like machine guns, firing volley after volley of bullets. Within an instant, Shifeng faced off with another 5 bullets. There were also bullets all around that prevented him from dodging. Dang! 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 Shifeng swiftly moved his body while waving his sword to deflect the unavoidable bullets. As the bullets passed by his body, his ears could even hear the air being split. Only 3 seconds went by and Shifeng had passed through the 20-yard mark. He was only 0 yards away from the finishing point. Crap! Boss, who is this kid? He actually used his sword to block the bullets. The male cleric widened his eyes in surprise. Shifeng had given him an indescribable sense of shock. Although the bullet trajectories were indicated, accurately blocking them was easier said than done. Such an action required extreme precision and skill to carry out. Not to mention, the margin of error allowed was a damnable one. Stabbing heart suddenly became speechless. Deflecting bullets with a weapon was like walking on a thread of wire high up in the sky. A single misstep would send you plunging into the abyss. As if he was enjoying it, Shifeng blocked the oncoming bullets over and over. Whereas, the bullets seemed to have a life of their own, intentionally avoiding Shifeng's body as they flew past. Boss, that swordsman has run past 25 yards. He'll definitely pass the finish line at this rate. The male cleric's heart became a chaotic mess as he watched Shifeng dance forward, sparks occasionally flashing in front of his body. I have eyes. I don't need you to remind me. Stabbing heart said in annoyance. He was deeply drawn in by Shifeng's actions. The moment Shifeng went past 25 yards, Die, challenger. One of the gnomes at the finish line laughed. The gnome took out an automatic musket, sending a wave of bullets towards Shifeng. Suddenly, the number of bullets increased to 24. Not only that, their distance from Shifeng was a mere 5 yards. It was an unavoidable distance for players. Hell! This is cheating! Stabbing heart unwillingly shouted. The other players became extremely nervous when they saw the scene, and they couldn't help but curse at the shamelessness of the gnomes. Facing the hail of bullets, Shifeng quickly turned grave. Although he had known about the second change, at the 25-yard mark, even he would panic in the face of so many bullets. Shifeng bent his knees, leaping forward like a leopard. He darted headfirst towards the area with the least amount of bullets, reducing the surface area of his body that would come into contact with the bullets. Following which, he madly waved the novice sword, simultaneously creating 4 streaks of white light. Ping! 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 After a series of sparks, Shifeng's body passed through the storm of bullets. The moment his body was about to make contact with the ground, his free arm pressed downwards. Shifeng quickly stood up with all his might, rushing past the finish line like a bolt of lightning. Total time spent, 14 na seconds. Estimated record time of 18 seconds for copper prize broken. Nang I'm really not used to this soft and weak body, Shifeng slightly lamented after passing through the finish line. If he was over level isang dan, with his body's constitution, he could easily carry out the 4 simultaneous sword slashes with great ease. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. This swordsman has passed the challenge. The gnome administrator announced loudly. System, player was the first to pass the copper challenge and break the record. Rewarding player with is a silver coin and swordsman skill thundering flash. It can't be. It actually gave out the super rare skill, thundering flash. This is a skill that even a swordsman over level isang dan can't get. Shifeng thought he was hallucinating. However, he was shocked when he saw the Thundering Flash skill book inside his bag. Thundering Flash A action type. Requires sword. Rapidly send out 3 sword lights to isa 0, x 2 yards forward. Each hit will cause isang daan at 30% damage and also give damage amplification effect, amplifying the damage of your following attacks by 20% for 15 seconds. Cooldown, 30 seconds. Without a second thought, Shifeng clicked and learned the skill. Swordsman was a job that mainly focused on dealing damage to single targets. It didn't have many powerful skills. Thundering Flash was one of the few powerful EO skills a swordsman possessed. If it were learned during the early periods, it would definitely create a huge gap from the other swordsmen. After learning Thundering Flash, Shifeng started to feel himself gaining the makings of a swordsman. You guys continue playing, I'll be leaving first. Don't forget my 50 coppers. Shifeng looked towards the dumbfounded Stabbing Heart, leaving the black market after calling out to them. Stabbing Heart indifferently nodded his head. Boss, he's gone. He took away the prize as well. Should we chase after him? The male cleric asked. Stabbing Heart's shock gradually faded after Shifeng left. He stared at the male cleric, scolding, "Are you an idiot? We'll be lucky if we have time to even curry up to such an expert swordsman. Making enemies of him. Are you courting death? Not good. I have to tell this to guild leader. Luckily, I added him as a friend. Is he called Yifeng? I can't believe I've never heard of such an expert. Could he be some sword expert in disguise?" Stabbing Heart acknowledged that he could not pass the challenge in such a magnificent way. Especially the last bout after the 25-yard mark, that was just cheating. It was impossible for players to block or dodge. Yet, Shifeng had done it. At the trade area, Shifeng met with Potion Master Kevin. He spent 100 at 20 coppers purchasing 20 exploding berry, instantly shrinking his wealth down to 30 coppers. However, he still spent it, all to level at the speed of a rocket. Shifeng took the exploding berries and left Red Leaf Town, running westward. At that moment, all players were at level 0, and all of them were killing level 0 monsters around Red Leaf Town. There were also a few with good techniques killing level Isa baby wolves in a party. A warrior tanking at the front and a damage dealer and healer behind, fighting together in an orderly manner. Although the EXP was shared between several people, the efficiency was a lot higher and there were fewer competitors. However, Shifeng did not plan to compete with these people. Passing through the level is a monster area, followed by the level 2 monster area, Shifeng headed straight towards Red Leaf Forest, a level 5 monster area. There were no players who would go there. There were still no players who dared to challenge level 5 monsters at this stage of the game. Not only was there the suppression due to the difference in levels, but there was also the significant disparity in HE and attack power. A level 5 monster could easily steamroll over a level Isa player. Even a anim-man party was no match for a level 5 monster. There was a heavy penalty whenever a player died. Not only would they lose an entire level's worth of EXP, but their skill proficiency would also be decreased. There were simply no players who would take the risk. Otherwise, hours of their hard-earned EXP and proficiency would become pointless.